My next guest is the first social media influencer on the podcast. She has over 250,000 followers and makes her money on Instagram. Had a great time sitting down with her. It's my pleasure to introduce Breanne Wright.
DJ Blake, back with another one.
All right, yep.
Welcome back, everyone. This is DJ Blake, keeping you up to date with all the hottest hip-hop news and sneaker talk. And today, I'm with a very special guest, the one and only Breanne Wright.
Mm-hmm.
Breanne Wright, I got it right.
I'm glad to be here.
There you go. And you are my first influencer on the podcast. You know, I always give the pitch to creators, influencers, artists on my podcast, but I do this thing called faking it till you make it, in a way, you know? Like, I've always wanted to be a DJ, and like I've become that. Mm-hmm. But when I was supposed to start going to college, and I was going to go to college for radio. Mm-hmm. But basically, radio's been taken off from me, so I didn't have to go to college for it, which is nice. Save all that money.
That's the dream, right?
Yes. But anyways, I was going to start out at Bellevue College because there's no radio degree in Seattle, so I'd have to go out of state. So I was just trying to get my AAs out of the way. Mm-hmm. And basically, I go to the school, and I was like, "Oh, can I be part of the radio station here?" And they're like, "Radio station? What are you talking about?" I'm like, "I know you guys have a radio station." They're like, "Oh, that's private. We can't show you that." I was like, "But I'm a DJ." Even though I wasn't a DJ at the time.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, you're a DJ? Well, here you go." And then they showed me it, you know, where the radio station is. So, like, faking it till you make it, as long as you're going to be genuine and follow up with it, is really important.
You got to start somewhere.
Yes.
So just getting your foot in the door anywhere is going to benefit you.
And you are an Instagram model, right?
I guess.
Yes.
I guess fake it till you make it, right? But, I mean, I don't know if I really consider myself a model. It's more of just, like, I take pictures because I want to, and I take pride in the quality of my photos, I suppose. So, I mean, if you want to call that a model, sure, but, like, honestly, like, I'll take my own photos, or, you know, I have just a friend or someone take my photos, so I'm pretty low-key, but...
What camera do you use?
My iPhone.
Hey.
Yeah, my iPhone 10.
Oh.
So, but no, I've always just used my iPhone, and I have, like, lighting and a ring light, and...
Oh, yeah, those are so dope. Oh
yeah,
my God,
no, they really work, though.
Yes.
But, yeah, that's just what I use. And, I mean, I have done some professional photo shoots, but with a Seattle-based photographer. Shout out to Yanni.
Yes.
But, yeah, basically, I'm just, you know, in my room taking pictures.
Hey.
And it's worked. I mean, I've gotten brand deals in the past, and, you know, so
That's
it just spiraled out of control, kind of.
When did you start Instagram? Like, when did you first start it? Like, even before, like, started to take off?
Oh, like, I had Instagram back when I was, like, 17.
Hey.
So, like, what is that, like, 8 years ago now?
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, that was just, like, you know, when it first started getting popular when I was in high school. And then I would say, like, 3 to 4 years ago was when I started taking, like, more professional-looking photos, or... I guess sexier pictures too, which is like kind of really what happened was people just started reposting my photos. And so all of a sudden I was getting like, you know, I'm up to 10,000 followers and then 50,000, and then it just kind of continuously started growing. So it was crazy though. I was not expecting that to happen.
That's pretty exciting though.
Yeah, it is.
When I first started Instagram, I was like a meme account before memes were cool. And I got bullied for it. So
now it's like a huge thing.
Yeah.
You should have kept with it.
So I
follow lots of those.
Yeah, dude, I got off Instagram like after a few months of doing that, and I didn't get back on Instagram until like last December.
Oh wow.
And I was like, so the last time I was on it before that was like 2014, 2015. Oh wow. And I was like, what the hell? This looks so
it hadn't
different.
hadn't really taken off yet to where it is today.
It's like when YouTube looked really crappy, like on the first iPhone with that little TV thing on it and stuff.
Yeah, and you're like, what is this? Now it's everything YouTube.
Right. So you started getting people to repost you, and that's how you became...
Yeah, like it started with people reaching out to me and asking if they could repost my photos, and then I was like, sure, of course, because these accounts had like, you know, maybe 70K followers, and I had 4,000 at the time or something, you know? So it started with that, and then I realized, you know, I can reach out to these accounts, and the more I did that, and like eventually there was an account that had like over 1 million followers that reposted me, and at that time I still was like not that, like, it was maybe when I had like 40K followers, so like
that's nothing.
So but no, I mean, like, to compared to 1 million though, like that really like boosted me getting followers. So that's kind of where, or what I did in the beginning, just to get a base amount of followers, I guess.
Right.
And then over the past couple of years, it's just been increasingly more.
Yes.
And Instagram is super weird too. You go through these periods where like it's so dark, kind of, where it's called like your shadow ban. So you don't, so basically you'll get like barely any views, or like for the amount of followers I have, I should be getting way more than what it is when you're shadow banned. And then you'll go through these surges where all of a sudden you're getting like 50K views a week, and it's like, it starts to really, really take off, where I got like 7,000 followers in like a few days, just like for no reason.
Right.
So yeah, Instagram, I don't know what they do or their algorithms, but it's random.
Like I said, I'm like a caveman to Instagram, so I'm going to be asking you a lot of Instagram questions.
Go for it.
So basically, what are your opinions on like spam bots, or like those fake Instagram accounts? Like,
they're just annoying, to be honest, and I don't really understand like the point of them. But like, yeah, if you look at like the Shade Room or something on Instagram, like the top like 5 comments will be like, oh, like, if you want to see me do this, click on my, and you're like, what the heck is that? So yeah, I don't know, it's like really bizarre, and I don't get it. But yeah, besides that, there's just a lot of people that make like fake accounts and just troll people on the internet too. So
that's kind of weird though. Like, do you think social media now is more good than bad, or more bad than good?
I think it really depends on how personally you take what strangers think of you, I guess. Because to me, like, I can take it with a grain of salt. I really don't care, because it's how I make my money. Like, at the end of the day, like, you can say whatever you want about me, but as long as, like, I'm getting to the bag, like, I'm good. Like, I really don't care if you have some personal opinion about me. Right. But you know, I really think that it's sad though, like how much people like want to just tear other people down to make themselves feel better. I've never been someone to care what someone else posts, so when I see other people caring, I'm like why? You know. But I think it really is how you can handle like social media. Like, if you're someone that gets really upset and is kind of like has a lower self-esteem, I wouldn't think that having this as like a job would be good for you or your mental health.
Do you think there's always been people who have been negative on Instagram, or do you think it's changed over the years?
No, I think there's always been, you know, bullies on social media and whatsoever, but I definitely think that now it's so popular that I think people, I don't know, I think they just have bigger guts to be able to go out there and just like not care, because they can make these fake accounts and no one knows who you really are, you know. But I don't know, I think there's always been kind of just that bullying aspect online, regardless, even if it's not Instagram.
How do you build followers? Like, for me,
honestly, it takes time.
Really? Because you've basically said you've been on it for like 8 years, man.
Oh, I know, but I mean, like, taking it seriously, I would say like 4 total. Like, damn, really taking it seriously, maybe 3.5. But like, I mean, yeah. And to be honest, like, it's not like I'm posting every single day. Like, I'm kind of lazy about it, honestly. I'm like, oh god, I gotta take a photo. I'm like, you know. So like, maybe if I had been more, you know, more planned and did it more often, I could have built followers faster. But I'm just like, it was a hobby at first for me, and then it turned into something that I, you know, can really do as a living. So
is consistency important for Instagram, or do you?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Like, if you just like don't post for a week or do anything on social media, like, I feel like you just like start to dwindle away.
But what about like a Kendrick Lamar who like just posts a picture when his album's about to drop or something like that?
Well, that's because it's Kendrick Lamar. Like, everybody knows who he is. Like, you know. But like, for someone like me, where it's like, you know, people only follow me to see what I post, right? People don't follow me because I'm like some huge celebrity star. Like, you know what I mean? It's different. I feel like when you're just a normal person, like an influencer or whatever, like, you really have to be consistent. Otherwise, people lose interest.
Yeah, that's weird. How old are you? Oh,
I just turned 25.
Am I allowed to ask that to women? I don't know.
Yeah, you are. I'm not offended.
Right.
I just turned 25, so, which seems so old, but...
Why wasn't I invited to that party?
Because I didn't even have a party, and I was in Vegas with my cousin.
Hey,
and
that's dope.
yeah, it was pretty low-key, but...
So, you remember, you've been around before, like, Instagram was relevant or anything, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, what were you doing before Instagram?
I was a nanny.
You seem like a nice nanny. Oh
I still babysit, actually, because I've known these kids since, like 2013 or 14, actually.
Wow.
So I've known them for a while, so I've gotten pretty close with the family, but, yeah, I'll still babysit for them a few days a week. But before that, I was really just nannying, and, like, I actually did a class at Bellevue College, too, and... Ooh. Yeah, not for me. And
see, exactly.
Can't do it. But anyway, yeah. So, I mean, I was really just trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And, like, nannying for me was, like, honestly, probably the best money I was going to be making and not, like, having to have some crazy schedule.
Right.
And so I would just do nanny jobs, I was doing a few at once, actually. And then, yeah, I had a few odd jobs, you know, like random, like a clothing store or, like, you know, the benefit cosmetics counter, like, you know, just like random jobs like that. But mainly I was just nannying, and then that's when I started doing the Instagram stuff. And then eventually I feel like for the past 2 years I really haven't had to work like a 9 to 5. So yeah, it's really cool, actually.
Did you ever think that was going to happen? Like when you
No, and my
Instagram?
mom is still so confused.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't get it. So like, you just make money online? And I'm like, yeah, basically, like, yeah, so it just, I don't know. I mean, the only thing that is kind of, like, frustrating about it is that nothing's really guaranteed. I mean, like, you have different contracts with different brands, but, you know, they can not renew you, you know? So the money that you're getting cannot, like, some months are better than other, you know? It's just kind of, like... Sometimes you have really great months, or sometimes you have slow months, and so it is like kind of an up and down sort of business to be in. But ultimately, like, the more you reach out to brands too, the better, or the likelihood is that you'll get more deals.
So what if you're like an artist who has like 500 million? No one has 500 million, right? Who has the highest amount of followers?
That's a really good. I thought it was
Kylie, right?
Kylie or Taylor Swift or
something like that.
I don't know. So yeah.
But even if you have that many followers, does that mean you're going to have a contract, or can some people just have that many followers and just to have that many followers?
Well, no, you can you can turn down contracts all you want, but I guarantee you, when you have that many followers,
people are going to reach out to you.
There's going to be a lot of companies reaching out trying to work with you. So.
But hey, you don't have a verified thing, do you?
No, and like actually someone DM'd me a few weeks ago and said if I if I promote their new app or something, that they'd be able to get me one.
That must be fake.
And I'm like, I don't know about that. I'm like, that seems a little sketchy.
Right.
So I haven't did anything with that, but
what does it take to get verified then? Because I
think a lot of it comes down to, I think a lot of people have like agents and managers that work for them, and I think people know how to do that. Like there's certain people that, especially if you're like a you know, star manager sort of thing, like you know how to do that. Right. But I don't know. But then I've also been told by like athletes that they woke up with it. Maybe it's because like, so
I think there might be like multiple levels to like influence them. Maybe.
Yeah, I think maybe like it depends, because if you look at like some random athlete that's like not even a starter on a team or anything,
or they're in college or something.
They have like the verified thing, and you're like, what? Like, who are you? Right. And they have like maybe 5,000 followers or something, you know. So it really just.
How many followers do you need to have an influence? I mean, to get a verified thing. My bad.
Oh, I have no idea. I don't think that there's a certain number to where all of a sudden you're just verified. I think either you have to reach out to the right people to get one, or sometimes I think you just are granted one. I think depending on who you are too. And I honestly don't know though.
Like, I bet DJ Khaled, he just had a new like another son too.
Mm-hmm.
So I bet his kids probably like automatically verified though, something like that.
Probably. I actually just saw something that said that all of like the Kardashian kids, like all like Kim's kids,
Stormy and all this.
Yeah, all of them already have Instagrams. Like right when they're born, they make their accounts so that no one can take their names.
Oh wow.
And then, but they're like not verified though. So
Interesting.
I know. So that's why I'm like, I don't know if that's true or like maybe you do have to like, you know, somehow reach out to get a verification.
So so it's possible to probably get like verified like 100 followers.
Probably, just depending on like, you know, who you are. I think I don't know how they verify you though to make sure it's like actually you.
Yeah.
You know.
How important is that? Like to get verified? Like does that actually like change someone's like whole like amount, how much money they make, or like?
I actually think it would. I mean, I don't personally know because I'm not verified, but I think that
Like,
if you do, no, actually not. I mean, not at this point in my life. I'm good. But I mean, I do think that it would affect money. I think, and the types of people that reach out to you too. I think somehow, like to some companies, that would matter, you know, or at least affect the money.
What's the hardest bump to get over? Like people say, like once you reach like 100 subscribers, like on YouTube or something, after that, it's easy to get multiple followers. Like, when does it get easy to start getting followers on Instagram?
I feel like personally, I think once I hit like 50K, I started knowing that I was just getting them. But then there was times where like I would check it and like maybe I lost 1,000 followers, you know, and then like but then I'd wake up maybe a week later and have like 3,000 more. So it's just it fluctuates. But like for the most part, like once I got over that like, you know, 50K hump, I feel like I was like increasing, you know, I wasn't like losing. So
this stuff is actually so interesting to me because like don't you think it's weird that social media at this point can like influence elections and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's so crazy. Like honestly, like I look at my phone and go on social media to read the news, you know.
Yeah, that's weird. It's just so normal now.
I know. And like I don't know, I like it because I'm not someone to like actually sit there and watch the news, you know. So like yeah, no, I'm over it. So but actually I will with my grandma. But I know, but like other than that, I'm really like social media, I really am. The only thing I'm super thankful for is that it gives you so many opportunities to like make money. Yeah. That people don't even realize like as at their fingertips, you know. Right. But it's not for everybody.
Did people have to teach you this though, or like once you started, you're like, maybe if I continue to grow, I can get these opportunities to make money? Or?
Well, actually, like, when I first started doing this back in, like, 2016, I think, is, like, really when I started getting followers. And I had some random person DM me and, like, kind of give me, like, a business breakdown and be like, how to change your Instagram to a business Instagram and, like, to make it not private. And, you know, he gave me all these pointers. Like, I honestly don't know who this man was, but, like, thank you.
So he's just some random guy.
Yeah, I'm like, thank you. I have no idea who you are, but, like, you really helped me out. But, yeah, no, and so that's what I did was I switched it, because I think my Instagram was private for a really long time, and then I switched it to public, and then I made it a business Instagram, and there you can, like, and then I made a business email, and, like, was able to, you know, like, really look professional in a way, you know? So that's what I did, and you know, ever since then I just check my DMs every day to see if there's anything in there about, you know, a brand, or, you know, like I get paid just to like promote girls, like, that's so cool. You know, so like girls will DM me and be like, how much to like put me on your page or whatever. So like I'll, you know, get paid to like actually just help other girls out, which is like I like doing anyway, just because I like that's how I got followers. So.
So, but what if you were to like keep your Instagram right now, but wanted to make a second Instagram? Do you think you'd automatically get followers on that because of your influence on your main Instagram, or do you think you'd have to like start building that up? Because like some people have like a huge Instagram and the side Instagram they want to take off, but they have like 10 followers. Yeah,
I think it would be really hard, to be honest, because trust me, I just tried that with TikTok. I was like, follow me on TikTok, and I got like 4 people. So I'm like, okay, well, we'll see. I just don't know if TikTok's for me, but no, I think it would be hard to just start a new Instagram. I mean, I think different, like I said, different when you're like like a celebrity, like A-list star.
Jennifer
like,
Aniston?
Yeah, that was wild. That was wild. She got like, I think she she crashed Instagram because she got so many followers so fast. But yeah, different when you're like that type of star. But like for like just a normal influencer, like it would be hard to rebuild that following for sure.
Dang. Is that like a nightmare then? Like waking up and your fucking Instagram get hacked, or it's like
that would literally like ruin me. I mean, like
Oh my
not to
God.
make it sound like that's the only thing I care about, but like it would really affect a lot of things, like my income mostly.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I actually like have had people try and like log in. Like I'll get like the notification
from
before.
Ethiopia or some random
No,
ass
it
shit.
was literally like Ireland or something.
Yeah,
Someone
fucking
tried
crazy.
to log into my Instagram and I was like, what is this? So I like made my password the most random thing ever. But like that's what's really scary is that
Right.
could happen to anybody. So
Do you have like the 2-step verification and all that stuff or whatever to
I
like
don't know
log in?
if I do for Instagram. I should.
So my Instagram, I want to switch it to like a business or like
Well, you have a few Instagrams because you have your personal one
Yeah.
and then you have like the podcast one. And,
yeah.
Uh-huh.
So the podcast one, like it lets me change like whatever website I want to put up or say podcast or something. But my normal Instagram, it won't. Let me show you this. 1 second. I need to show you this shit. So
It's probably just because of what you're set at.
my normal Instagram, like if I go to setting, where is it? Fuck. You know when like you were able to switch it to like another type of Instagram? Where's that? Edit profile? Fuck. I feel like an ass. Like yeah, switch to a professional account. So watch. I'll do that. I'll just say actor, okay? And it says there was a problem during the update.
Maybe you need to delete your or like can you update your Instagram app?
Yeah.
Sometimes
It's been like this for like 4 months.
But like in your like you don't have an iPhone, do you? So you have to like go to like where
The Google store, like yeah, like update it. Like
like update the whole app sort of thing, and I don't know.
Isn't that weird? Like it won't let me change to a different category. Like I've tried deleting the app, reinstalling it.
Huh. That just seems like an error on it. Instagram. Like for the longest time though, I had an issue trying to I can't remember what I was trying to do. Something about making a business account.
Yeah.
Or like there was something I was trying to do for like a business sort of thing on my Instagram, and it told me like I had to link a Facebook to it, and I was like, why would I have to do that? So I literally went and made a Facebook. I don't even use Facebook, and it still wouldn't let me do it. Like it was some error like that was happening where it was like telling me I had to link a Facebook, and then even though I did, it still wasn't working. Like
Right.
I don't know.
Do you think I?
You would have to email Instagram support.
I've tried like dude. Well, I haven't actually. I've tried to like. How do you actually reach out to? Because I've tried to look up like Instagram like customer service, and there's no actual email to reach out to. I don't know. Maybe you can help me with that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not very
Like maybe I reached too many followers to like change to a different account. Like,
No, I don't think so. Well, is your...
It's not even that high. It's like 400.
No, I know, but do you already have like a...
Weird. Isn't that weird?
Go back to your just like main page. But is yours just a normal one, or do you already have a business?
No, that's just normal. It won't let me change anything. Like watch. I'll take away the K in sneaker talk. And watch. It goes back.
Oh my gosh, that's really bizarre. Did you maybe try unlinking your like how they're linked? You know how you can switch back and forth.
Oh, it's linked. Maybe
If you unlink and then just re-log in separately to your yeah, I don't know. I would try
Okay,
that.
I'll try that. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know.
Damn.
I'm not very tech savvy, but
Right. So yeah, you are. You have like dude, just because you have a lot of followers, does that mean you're actually like know Instagram front and back or no?
I mean, kind of. I mean, I know how to work the app, I guess,
Right.
and like I don't use like the preset filters on my
Well,
photos.
those are shitty. Those are
Yeah, they look bad. So I just like go and I click on whatever like the other
Right.
editing thing that there is, and then I just like mess with like the saturation or like the the shadows or the
Right.
sharpness or whatever. Like, that's what I mess with. I don't even do a filter, but I mean, I don't know. Instagram's super weird. Like, sometimes I'll, like, be messing with those, and I'll, like, look really tan in a photo, and then I'll post it, and I'm, like, super pale, and I was like, what happened? And so I'm like, oh, crap, and I have to delete it and re-edit it. But, like, I'm like, oh, whatever. But, no, Instagram is pretty self-explanatory, though.
Yeah. I hope
Except
I
for
can
that.
get that. Yeah,
That's an
weird.
issue.
Help me. Are there like Facebook influencers or Twitter influencers, or is it like Instagram's the one? Like,
I mean, Instagram is the main one, I think, that brands want you to have, you know, if they're gonna pay you to post their products or whatever. But
is this photo based or?
yeah, and I think that's just where I think most people are looking for, like, oh, like, I'm not gonna go on Facebook to look for an outfit or something, you know, like, I would look on Instagram for inspiration or whatever. But definitely brands will ask you, like, if you know, like, if you have a Twitter or Facebook, like, post the photo on every platform.
Right.
So, and that's why I was, like, trying to see if I could get a TikTok following, because, like, one of the brands that I have been working for like, over a year, they were like, we're trying to, you know, branch out to TikTok now, like, if you have an account, like, send us your profile, whatever. And I was like, okay, well, I have 0 followers, but I was like, I'll make one.
Right.
So,
do Seattle brands reach out to you, or are they more like outside of Washington type thing?
mostly outside. It's like a lot of California stuff, or just like random companies or brands that like just want, you know, someone to model their stuff. Or like I did Fashion Nova for like a year and a half, and that was probably like one of the best companies I worked for. And then yeah, I've done multiple different like little things, or like a lot of the time people will just send you free stuff, which is like nice, but at the same time it's like you want to be paid. But sometimes you're just like, oh, I actually really wanted that, so go ahead. I'll post it for free because I was gonna order it anyway. But
do you have to pay into any of those things? Like brands want you to be like a brand
there's
ambassador?
a lot of brands, especially people who have like, you know, like like under 50K sort of followers. A lot of the times what brands will do is like, oh, if you pay like the shipping, we'll send you the products, and then like you'll get a commission off of how much is sold with your link or whatever.
So it's like multi-level marketing in a way.
Yeah, and it's like I don't even do that. It's just not worth it to me. I'm like, my following is like 93% male, so if I'm trying to get like someone to buy girl clothes, I'm sorry, like no one's gonna use my link, so I'm not gonna make any money off of this. So at the end of the day, it's like,
say we're boy clothes at the end of the day.
yeah, promote some guy clothes. But no, I just mean like a lot of the companies expect you to just like, oh yeah, like I'll take the products, and then, you know, you get the commission of whatever sold, but it's just like not worth it to me. Like it's just like, that seems like a lot of work. Like I'm more of like, I'd rather just like throw it on and take a picture and be like, and tag the company. So that's kind of what I prefer to do. But I think, you know, and also you have to be kind of stern with these people too. Like when they email you and just expect you to do stuff like that, you can easily say like, no, I only do paid promotion posts. Like I'm not going to do like commission based posts, which is what I have to say all the time. But yeah, you have to be kind of specific. But I mean, for people that are just starting out though, like I said, if you are still trying to build your following, and this is a good way to like, you know, kind of like start your like influencing job, I guess, like doing those sorts of things would be good. But
do you think this will always be like a job that's open to people, or do you think social media's gonna die away? Do you think that's the thing? What's after social media? Is it just virtual reality?
Yeah, no, really. I feel like it won't be like, especially like not for one person though. Like obviously, like I'm not gonna be able to do this forever. Like it's not gonna, like I'm not gonna be able to do this and like really raise a family one day, you know. So it is something I enjoy doing now, just because it's, you know, I'm still young and I can, you know, I could go back to school and still do this and make money, you know. So which is kind of the main reason why I'm so thankful for it, because I will do that eventually. So just being able to like go to school and like have to do that full time and can still make my money on the side, you know.
See, that's the thing.
That's like the good, because like I would never be able to go back to school full time and work a 9 to 5. Like that would not work. So yeah, that's why I'm super thankful for Instagram, social media, because it's gonna like eventually open a lot of doors just for me in the future.
Yes. How'd you learn your worth when it came to Instagram? Like, how'd you know, like, how to say no to people even?
Oh, that's like interesting too. I feel like I had a few people that were like kind of doing the same thing as me when I first started out, and they kind of like told me like, oh, like this is like what I charge or whatever for a post. And but eventually, like when brands really started reaching out to me, they kind of were just giving, like, Fashion Nova was different because like they would pay you for like a group of like 15 to 20 photos, so you got like a lot of money like in bulk up front. And so that's why I was like, I got kind of spoiled. I was like, oh, like, you know what I mean? Like, but then eventually, people really start just kind of buying like, or like sending you a contract for like 1 post or 3 posts at a time. So it's cool. Like smaller contracts, but like they will, renew. Like if you get your posts up on time and they're quality photos, like they'll renew you. And like that's kind of how you build like relationships with brands, and especially like for other brands to see that you've been working with the same one for like over a year is like, it looks good. So but I don't know, I just kind of like, I feel like you can kind of judge by people's like reactions to when you say prices too. Like they're like, okay, like, wow, that's too,
come on, lady.
Yeah, like you're like crazy or whatever. And then I'm like, okay, like, and I'm willing to work with people too. I'm not someone that's like, oh, it's this price and I can only do that. Like, especially with girls and stuff, when they email me about promo and stuff like that, I'm like, okay, like, this is what I normally charge, but if like you can't do that, like, let's talk about it, like, let's work something out. So that's what I do normally. But yeah, a lot of the times the brands already have the contracts and they
just send them out basically.
Kind of, yeah. Like they'll ask you if you're interested, and then once you say yes, they're like, okay, well, this is what we can offer you. And then if it's like decent enough, I'll just accept it, But sometimes I'm just like, oh God.
So what's the difference between, besides the fact that she's like a multi-millionaire, what's the difference between you posting and like a Kim Kardashian? Like, is it basically the same, just different amount of money? Like,
a lot of difference in money. But yeah, no, I mean, it's basically the same thing. It's just obviously like the eyes that Kim has on her versus me is, a lot of people. So, and I think, like I said, when you're like an A-list celebrity and people know exactly who you are, and and it's been like that for a long time, it's totally different when it comes to money and what brands want to offer you. And because a lot of times like commercials, like Kim or Kylie or whoever, like they did Calvin Klein and like they do all those like actual like commercial photo shoots. Like that's something that like a normal influencer I feel like would really have to work up to. Right.
Do you think influencers should follow other people or no? Like, in my opinion, I think the nicest artists are artists that follow me back after I interview them. Like big name, like there's like some big name artists that follow me and I'm like, wow, those guys are genuine, and they see that they have an influence, but they don't care if they have like, some artists will have like millions of followers and maybe follow like 1,000 people, but that's still a lot to care compared to some artists who follow only like 3 people.
Yeah, no, I feel like the people that are like that and only follow the 3 people or whatever, I think it's more of just like they really don't want to use social media as like a social thing. It's more of just like, I'm an artist, like here's my music, like that's all I'm here to do is promote myself, right? But I feel like I don't know, it's just so weird. I feel like the numbers like really don't matter at this point,
right?
But I do think it is important to show love, though. Yeah. That's something that's always been important to me. Like, I don't think it's a big deal to follow someone. But to some people, they are, like, so meticulous about following and liking. And I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of that ghost person, though, that, like, doesn't like anything. I'm just like, oh, scrolling. And then I'm like, oh, maybe I'll like that.
The cyber stalker.
I know. I'm like, I feel bad because people really, like, get mad about that, and I'm like, it's not that I'm not like supporting you. It's like I really only like my actual friends' pictures.
But that's weird. I noticed on Instagram, like if you have like a professional account or like a brand account, it gives you that insight tab, and you can see that how many people view your picture but don't like it.
Oh, Oh, yeah, I know. That's why I have, like, 20K views on my photos and have, like, 5,000 likes.
Why is that, though? Isn't that so weird? That's just creepy. Think about that. 20,000 people are staring at you, but they're not going to let you know that they're staring at you?
I know.
What the fuck?
I know. It's really, really weird. But I do the same thing, so.
Do you think artists really use their Instagram even? Or is it, like, just, like, their managers or their team?
I think they both have access to it, though. I think, like, obviously the artists themselves can access their own account, but I think when it comes to, like, posting, like, promotional stuff or, like, oh, I'm performing here tonight or whatever, like, sometimes their managers will do that for them, because I've definitely seen, like, Demi Lovato had posted something, like, this was a long time ago, but it, like, was the text message that her, like, manager had sent her, and so it was like, oh, say this in the caption, like, blah, 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 but it was, like, from her manager, obviously, and so she posted the whole text message as her caption, and it was funny, though, but, like, it's, like, little things like that you notice, like, they're being told what to say, or, you know, it's not necessarily their words in their captions.
How much control do you have of your, like, if not your podcast, your Instagram? Like, do you have other people use it? Or?
Oh, no, it's, like, strictly just me that uses my Instagram, but, like, for instance, like, some brand captions are, like, pre-sent to me. Like, I don't get to, like, if it says, like, #ad in it, like, I didn't write that shit, so. Like, just being honest.
Would you ever manage someone's Instagram, like an artist's Instagram, if they reached out to you?
I think that would be fun.
Yeah?
I'd be into that.
Because then you're like, you're the artist, what you're not.
I'm like, what are you doing? No, but I feel like it would be interesting.
Right.
I always thought, like, I think anything working in, like, around music or with music has always been interesting to me. So, to be honest, that would be pretty dope. But.
What's more important? Like, also, what I want to realize, like, sometimes I'm like, I'm on a good day, so I want to write a long paragraph, like, to, like, express, like, how I feel about this picture or something. Like, I'll post a cool picture, like, I've interviewed someone, and I'll be like, this is what it means for this picture, like, this is, like, a step for me, and things like that. Do people even really pay attention to, like, what, like, the poster writes in the comment, or do they just look at the picture?
I don't know. I feel like I put way too much thought into some of my captions. I'm always like, I have to go listen to every song and be like, where's a good lyric? I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm like, I'm really trying to, like, find a caption. But, like, I do feel like sometimes, like, if you have, like, a good, like, funny or catchy little caption to go with a photo, it does sometimes get more likes. But which is weird, but I've noticed that. Like, I feel like when I don't have any caption, I'm like, it's, like, weird. I feel like I have to.
But do people like pictures more when they have a caption or when they don't?
I personally think with a caption. But then again, like for instance, like, if you're Kim Kardashian, she's gonna get likes regardless. But I think for, like, just a normal person, like just a normal influencer type person, or just a normal person with, like, 400 followers, whatever, I think it does matter. No, I'm saying, I think, you know, just for a normal person, it does matter if you have a caption sometimes, at least. Or maybe people's following bases are different, but I notice with mine that, like, I get a better reaction with the caption.
How do you judge people differently if they buy followers versus have followers?
I mean, you'd have to spend a lot of money to, like, really have, like, you know.
Is that a thing? Like, how? So it's not like you can spend $20 and get, like, 30,000 followers.
Oh no, I think it's way more than that.
Really? Wow.
I don't know, but I mean, at the end of the day, like, I'm not gonna judge someone for if they, like, if that's what their goal is to be an influencer, and that's, you know, what they want to do to make money, and, like, they think, okay, if I have this many followers, like, maybe brands will start reaching out to me or whatever, like, do you, like, I don't judge you, like, it is what it is, but I think you notice, I've been told that, like, a lot of the times when you do that, though, that they're, like, ghost followers, so they don't like anything, or, like, you know what I mean, so I don't know if that's really beneficial in the long run to invest that much money in it, but I think it really depends, though, too, like, for instance, like, if you're trying to grow, like, maybe your business on Instagram, it might look better if you just have more followers, rather than, it doesn't really matter if people are liking it, you know? Because if you have more followers, you look more credible. But, I don't know, I think for, you know, like, a girl trying to do, like, beauty or fashion or something like that, or an artist, it would be kind of pointless, because you're gonna need real people to follow you
eventually. Isn't it weird, like, when some people have, like, 50,000 followers and get, like, 200 likes? That seems like it's kind of like I feel like
I think that sometimes though that's like when you're shadow banned, because like that happens to me sometimes too, where like I have like over a 250,000 followers, and I'm like, why am I only getting 2,000 likes on this photo? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and that's what I mean is you can notice, because like when I log into mine, it'll tell me like how many profile views like a week I get at the top, and like sometimes it's like when you're shadow banned, it'll say like 6,000 or something, and I'm like, oh my god. But then like for instance, like if my Instagram is going crazy, like it was like a few weeks or like last week, like it was saying like 50,000 profile views a week. So like that seems more realistic with, you know, the amount of followers I have. But I don't know, Instagram is so weird.
What is shadow banning? Like how do we describe shadow banning? What is it exactly?
I don't know. Some girl said it to me, and then because I'd screenshotted my insights and sent it to her, and because she had like way more followers, and we were gonna like promote each other, and you know, she was like, oh, send me your insights because I want to make sure that I'm getting, you know, exposure too. And so I did, and she was like, oh, it looks like you're shadow banned. And I was like, oh, interesting. So that must mean like when everything is lower, or like, I don't know what it is. It's like people, like my page isn't coming up on the popular page, or like maybe when people are like scrolling who follow me, like, have you noticed that like sometimes like my friends like sometimes will post something, but then I won't see it till the next day, and you're like, what? Like, you know what I mean? Like, why was that not at the top of my feed yesterday? You know?
Is it maybe when you get too successful? Maybe like people like Instagram's like maybe you're getting too many likes and they want to humble you. I don't know.
I have no idea, but it's really annoying because it really is frustrating, because sometimes you'll like brands will ask to see your insights, and like if you're having a bad week or something, you're like, oh crap, like I don't want to show you my insights right now. But yeah, and then the only thing that I struggle with is like trying to get female followers, because a lot of the times you know, like beauty or fashion or whatever it is, like they want you to have girl followers, right? Like female followers, so that, you know, that's what you're promoting is girl stuff. So,
tampons and stuff.
Yeah. No, I got some weird email the other day about like some like underwear thing, and I was like, you know, my following is like 93% male, not the girl for you over here. But no, it's I don't even know where I was going with that, but
do you think are there Instagram accounts that have like equal amount of likes and followers, or is that not even possible?
I don't think I've seen that, to be honest.
Why though? Why is
even
that
like Kim Kardashian, Kylie Jenner, they don't get that many.
Isn't that weird though?
I mean, I think like I said, there's like a lot of people that create Instagram accounts, and then
like bots and stuff.
Yeah, and like, or people just like have accounts just to like look at people. I think a lot of the, like, that sounds super creepy, but like, you know what I mean? Like I just have this account just to look at you, but you know, that's some people do that, I swear.
Right. So have you ever had those like creepy dick pics in your DMs and stuff?
Oh my god, all the time.
Why do you think
horrifying.
Why do guys do that?
But they block it now, so you can't like see it right away. You have to like click it twice. Like it'll like be like, it won't show it all, and then you'll click it and it'll be blurred, and then you have to like click it again to see it. So like you can, once you click it once, you can kind of see what's the photo. I'm like, okay, like I don't need to even look at that. But I don't know, people are so ballsy. I'm like,
do you think that's ever worked for someone?
No, never, ever. Oh my god.
What I've noticed too is like, usually I've just stayed away from like trying to hit up artists on Instagram. I usually like reach out to their email or their management team or something.
Yeah, it was super professional. I like
that. Do artists even, like, if an artist has like 1 million followers, is it a thing that if you don't have like 1 million followers, they're not gonna really see your DM? Because I kind of like, if you have more followers, are they more likely to see your DM, or like?
No, I don't think it matters about the amount of followers. I think like the only thing I've noticed is like if someone verified has DM'd me, it's just easier to see because they have the little blue check. I'm like, you'll be scrolling, you're like, wait a minute, who's verified? Right. But no, I don't think it really matters how many followers. Like it doesn't get like sent to the top or something.
Oh really? I thought it did.
I don't think so. I've never noticed that anyway.
Huh. What I have noticed though is like sometimes I won't realize I get a direct message for
Well,
a
yeah,
while.
I don't have any notifications that come to my phone from Instagram because it's like it would be way too much going on.
Mm-hmm.
But so that's why I'm like always checking my message requests because I just I don't have those notifications pop up. So.
Yeah. Imagine if Instagram like told you like as a notification this many people viewed you but didn't like it. I don't know. Isn't that a thing? I feel like an app.
I feel like you can do that honestly in your settings. Like maybe I don't know. It's in your insights, but I don't know if it'll like notify you.
So because you are an influencer on Instagram, do you think you're addicted to Instagram?
I think other people would probably say yes, but I don't know. I mean, I think that if it wasn't a way to make money, I wouldn't be addicted to it. But I think because there's so many opportunities that I'm just constantly looking for on there, it is like, I don't know, addiction seems scary. I don't like that word. But like, I mean, it's definitely something that is part of my daily routine.
Right.
So.
Do you think it's weird for like babies to have like Instagrams and stuff? Like.
Yeah, I just don't know why people do all that, to be honest. Like I mean, I get posting your baby, like, you know, I wouldn't have an issue doing that, but like the whole like creating accounts for them and stuff, I'm like, oh god. But, whatever floats your boat.
So, what are your aspirations, or what are your goals outside of Instagram? Like, are you trying to get to another level through Instagram to like maybe get you into movies or like music or?
Well, music's always been something that I've loved, and I've been super passionate about it for a long time. I just think I'm too shy to like actually do that for like a living. So like I would love to work like in the music industry though. That would be something I would be so excited to do. But I think what my goal and plan is to go get my esthetician license so that I can work in like the beauty industry, and I want to get my master esthetician license so that I can do like hardcore stuff and like get paid more. But no, I've always been super passionate about beauty and stuff like that, so that's kind of my goal right now.
Right.
And that's why I want to like be able to do that while I'm doing the Instagram stuff, because I can easily do both at the same time and be okay.
So would you want your like own makeup line and all that?
I don't know. That's kind of seems like far in advance. But I mean, I love makeup, but I don't know about my own. But like, I would love to do makeup. I love, I'm more of like I like to like make other people feel beautiful. You know, I don't know if I'm passionate about like making my own shit though.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. That's my goal right now.
So do you like tend to just focus on like top of the line beauty products, or would you like pick up like a beauty product from like the dollar store or the Rite Aid?
Okay, well, not the dollar store. That stuff's like probably has a lead in it. Who knows?
Oh shit.
But like, no, I am all about a budget. Like, I love to find good deals, and nothing has to be like. I've found so many drugstore products that are just as good as like Chanel or Dior or whatever. But yeah, I will say I'm a sucker for the Kylie Cosmetics at Ulta. So yeah, all my friends have been buying me all their like eyeshadow palettes and stuff from like my birthday. I'm like, okay, I'll take them.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think a good mix. Like I have both. I'm not like it's not all expensive stuff.
Do you look up to like influencers like Jeffree Star or Kim K?
There's a lot of influencers that I follow that I get like inspiration from, or like I'll see, like outfits that they choose to wear, like where they shop or where they get brand deals, and like that's where I'm like, oh, they're working with this brand, like let me send an email real quick and see if I can get a deal. Like, so yeah, I do. I think I get a lot of my inspiration and a lot of ideas from other influencers.
Do you think people can take it too far? Like when those guys try to look like fucking Ken or Barbie?
Oh my god, yeah. I don't know what I mean, like, don't get me wrong, I'm all for like, making yourself feel better if that's what it's gonna do, but I just don't know why people want to look like plastic.
Isn't that still a newer thing? Like, you don't really see like old people with that like that much fillers.
I mean, some, like, especially down in like California, I feel like
Florida
you see,
or some
yeah,
Miami
you
type
see,
shit.
you do see it. I mean, look at A-Rod, like
Oh,
his
God.
face is like he's gotten way too much Botox, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know why that's such a trend. I mean, I think it's just so pushed these days to like, because you see like J-Lo who's like 50 and looks perfect.
Do you
so
think
it's
they
like
all do like a lot of like surgery and stuff? Or no?
I don't think it's surgery. I think a lot of it is just like Botox and filler and, you know, really nice skincare, which is like why I want to do esthetician stuff, is because I would love to do like skincare stuff and anti-aging and all that stuff. So
like you're not afraid of like putting needles, like the Botox shit?
oh no, I'm like ready for it already.
What? Do you think it looks weird for guys to get like Botox and stuff?
Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, I think maybe it depends, like the amount, obviously. Like I don't know, just don't look like A-Rod.
Like Michael Jackson, he's perfect.
yeah, he has a little too much going on there. But no, I think guys should probably just chill, you know.
Right. Why do you think Why do you think males like have less followers than like women, like, or it's easier for a woman to become like an influencer versus a male?
Because guys are horny all the time. Well, not saying girls aren't, but I'm saying like for girls it's just so easy to like take a sexy picture. I feel like it's not like that. I mean, well, these days girls are like full on like naked twerking on Instagram, so I mean, like, hey, like that's how you're gonna make your money, whatever. But I mean, I don't know, I think for guys you kind of have to have more of a focus, and like that's what I was trying to tell somebody a while ago, is like with girls, like you can really just take like good photos, like good quality photos, and like really get followers that way. But I think with guys, like you have to have like a fitness vibe or like a music vibe, or like you have to have some sort of like thing behind it. I don't know, that's just like what I've seen anyway, because like you don't really just see like a lot of male influencers out there, you know. It's rare, but like, or they like have a YouTube channel, you know, they always have something going on more than the girls. I don't know why.
Do girls really like actually care about abs and stuff? Because like I actually tried to like, I looked at it, like think about like a guy that posts an ab pic will like get like maybe like 100 likes, but then if a girl posts like a bikini pic or something, which is still isn't a lot of clothing, but they get more follow, and they're like more covered up than a guy if you think about it, because they have a top, they get more likes than a guy.
I don't know, honestly, like I don't know why that is, but I don't know, maybe, I don't know, I've never looked into it, like the amount of people on Instagram, like who has, like, are there more females or more males on Instagram, like of the community, you know? Who knows? I have no idea.
What does it take to be fake? Like, can you have like thousands of followers and like post these like hot pictures and stuff and still be like a genuine person and be nice and stuff?
Yeah, I don't think that, I don't know, like I grew up and I went to a Catholic school, like I'm like grew up with like that sort of background, you know, like I wasn't, like the pictures I post now are probably like so pretty horrifying to like some of my old classmates, you know what I mean? Which like isn't, like, I don't know, like I personally don't really care what other people think of me, but I don't think it's fair to judge someone just by like pictures that you post either, you know, like because I post a certain picture I'm not a nice person anymore, like, you know what I mean? I'm still the same person, it's just like, you know, I'm confident in who I am, and like I'm not afraid to show that off, and I think more girls should be like that. Like I don't think that you should have to be like in a turtleneck all bundled up and like take a little photo with your family to feel like, oh, I'm like a good, like wholesome person, you know?
But do you think people are genuine on social media and the exact same person in real life?
I think that varies. I don't think that there's, you know, I don't think every person that, you know, seems to be good on Instagram is like actually a bad person, or vice versa, you know? I don't know. I don't think it's I don't think that's really a thing.
What about, like, what are your opinions on, like, PC stuff and, like, yeah, like, PC stuff, like...
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Yeah, like, politically correct type of things, or, like, woke warriors, or, like, people, like, there's definitely feminists who would say it's bad for people to, like, post, like, lingerie pictures and stuff like that. Like, what are your opinions on that?
I just don't know why people care what other people post. Like, I will say that till I die. I really don't know why people care. Like, it's different, like, if my mom was to be like, oh, Breanne, like, I really, like, would appreciate it if you didn't post it, because that's my mom, right? Like, of course she doesn't want to see me, like, just exposing myself to the world, right? But for all these random people that don't even know me or, like, know who I am in real life, like, why are you concerned about what I do with my own life, you know? I just feel like everyone should be able to do, like, have the freedom to do what they want and not have to be judged for it. But, I mean, we don't live in a perfect world, so.
Yeah. I think there is, like, how much of it is true and not true? Like, there's, like, a stereotype or, like, stigma that, like, girls that do post, like, sexier pictures are hurt people.
Oh, like, they have, like, daddy issues or...
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know why they feel like... I don't know. I personally only do that because I'm okay with myself, you know what I mean? Like, I'm very happy, I'm content, like, you know, obviously everybody has insecurities, everybody has flaws, but, you know, if you're willing to, like, put those aside and focus on your confidence and, like, doing that, like, I don't think that there's anything wrong with that, so I don't know why there's that stigma that, like, people that do that are hurt inside, or, like, they just want attention, like, you know, and, like, I think it is different, though, like, when, for instance, like, if I had, like, if the only people following me were, like, like, you know, oh, my friends from when I was younger, or, like, you know what I mean? I just had, like, maybe 200 followers or something, and I was posting those sort of photos, like, it would look kind of like, you know, like, maybe I was doing it for attention, you know? But, you know, I try and explain all the time, I'm like, I have to post a certain kind of photo on my page in order to, like, you know, keep building followers, if that makes sense. You know, like, I can't just, like, all of a sudden just start posting, like, family photos, like, you know what I mean? Like, I would lose followers because I built my Instagram up to be a certain way, and, like, now I have to keep that consistency.
Like, do you think, so, like, if you were to, like, because you do have an influence on Instagram, but if you, like, one day woke up and were like, this is an issue that, like, I really am behind and I want to fix, like forest fires or, like, something political, and, like, I want to show this to all my followers and express how I feel, like, would you be able to do that even though you've had that many followers, or, like, the brands and followers be like, what the fuck?
No, I mean, I have done that before, where, like, I had posted about something that had happened to me in the past, like, getting, like, sexually abused or whatever, and this company reached out to me about, like, doing online therapy, and they were like, we'd love to work with you, like, basically just help us, like, promote and, like, you know, reach people that, you know, are too scared to go to therapy or, like, leave the house to talk to somebody. They can do that from home now. And I worked with them to, like, you know, promote and, like, raise awareness about mental health, and, you know, like, that, you know, you really don't even have to leave the house to get help. Like, you can do it from your couch. So, yeah, and they did this thing on World Mental Health Day where you got, like, a whole, I think you got, like, a whole hour of free therapy online, which was pretty cool. So I helped them promote that too. But, yeah, no, I think when you do that, after not posting about those kind of serious issues, I think people are like, oh, wow, she's really more, like, human in a way, you know what I mean? Like, because I don't really show, like, my personal life too much. Like, it's more of just, like, myself and, like, whatever I'm promoting, or, you know, like, it's not anything serious. And so when I do talk about that, or I bring that up in, like, my Instagram stories or something, then I think it does have a pretty good reaction to it.
Are Instagram stories important? Like, do people get followers through their stories, or, like, is it only, like, people that really genuinely like you and care about what you're doing look at your stories? I
mean, I think obviously your main page gets way more traffic on it, but stories are important, and a lot of the times brands will ask you to post, like, when you post on the main page, post on your story too. So, Yeah, I don't know. I think stories are more fun for me. Like, I post, like, more of, like, my fun things on my story than my main page, so.
Do you think it's weird that, like, they took it straight from Snapchat?
Yeah, I hated it at first.
Yeah.
I was like, what are they doing? And I'm like, this is horrible. Like, the filters suck. I was like, this is so horrible. But now I don't even use Snapchat, to be honest, ever.
Oh, wow.
So I've totally just kind of moved to only Instagram.
Yeah, I started to notice that, like, Snapchat is, like, actually for, like, high schoolers or, like, young kids in a way. That's what I've noticed.
Like, I mean, like, I used to only like it because of, like, they had good filters on there, to be honest. And then once Instagram started, like, doing the whole thing too, where like people are making their own lenses and filters now and stuff, it like completely changed it. Now I'm like, I don't even need to use Snapchat, honestly. So it's like it's there, but I don't use it. So
dude, even YouTube has stories now.
Really?
Yeah, like what the hell? Who's gonna like that? Or like you could post pictures on YouTube. I'm like, who the heck's gonna like this picture?
That is so random. I had no idea they did that.
So
that is so funny. What?
It's weird. Do you think Instagram overall is... Do you think it's, at this point for you, is it more of just a business versus fun? Like, even for me, like, I'm not even, like, huge on Instagram at all, by any means. But even at this level, I feel like it's just become, like, work or, like, another way to promote. It's not really fun for me.
I still think it's fun. Like, I've always loved getting dressed up and taking photos, or like, you know, going shopping and picking out outfits and doing photo shoots. Like, my friends and I used to like go get outfits and then go home and be like, we're doing a photo shoot, but it's like us just taking photos of each other, you know, with our ring light, and like that was always just super fun for us, and I still love doing that. Like, it's just like now all of us are so separated. Like, like my cousin lives in Vegas, and like she was like the main person that I would do that with. But I mean, for the most part, like, no, it's still fun for me. It really is. I mean, it is a business, but it's fun at the same time. So,
is influencing like a big thing in Seattle even, or is it more bigger like in LA?
Oh, it's way bigger in LA and New York and those big cities like that. Mostly, I think mainly LA though, and like Florida too, like Miami and stuff. But no, like mainly LA. Like if you lived in, like I could have went to like, you know, like that Fashion Nova party with Cardi B and stuff. Like I could have went to that. Like I was invited, but I just couldn't go because I didn't live there, and I was like, I'm not gonna buy a flight. Like, so it's like I miss out on a lot of other opportunities because I don't live in LA. So
isn't that weird? It seems like in every aspect, like whether it's like influencing or music, movies, it's like Seattle's having a hard time like getting their name out there. Like in every type of like entertainment aspect, except fucking football.
Yeah, Seattle is just like a really hard place to live if you want to do anything glamorous, if that makes sense in a way. But, you know, like, I mean, you can, trust me, like, you can do it to an extent out here, of course. Like, there's always going to be some opportunities, or, you know, there's so much you can do from home even, but I think, like, ultimately, if, like, you really want to make a lot of money and take it really seriously, like, LA is the place to be. 100%.
Do you think it will ever be the number one place for influencing or anything like that?
Seattle?
Yeah.
No. I feel like Seattle is just like tech city, like, you know what I mean? Like Amazon and Microsoft and like that stuff, like, you know, people will always come to Seattle for those jobs, and, you know, for the waterfront, the Space Needle. But like when it comes to like fashion, and I mean, there's always like some good music that comes out of Seattle, but I mean, for the most part, like I don't see Seattle like really taking off in that aspect, you know? Like it's never gonna be LA. There's never gonna be those opportunities like you can if you were down there. So
would you ever move to LA or one of those places for like an opportunity, or do you like
I mean, that's my goal, honestly. Like, I've lived in LA and I've lived in Vegas already. Like, I've kind of been jumping all over. Like, right after I graduated high school, I moved to LA for, like, 6 months and, like, was so broke and literally did nothing. But, like, it was such a great experience because I really fell in love with it. And that's why I have it tattooed on me. Because it's really my favorite place in the world. But, No, and then after that, I moved back here, and then I moved to Vegas, and then lived there for like 8 months, and then moved back here. It's like I always end up back here,
right.
But I mean, eventually that is my goal, is to like, I think my first move would be back to Vegas, just to like save money,
right.
because it's so cheap to live there, and then eventually I want to end up in LA.
Right. What do you like about Seattle, and what do you not like about Seattle?
I love Seattle because it's where I'm from. Like, I'll always be from here. It's something that I grew up, like, I grew up here. It's really special to me, and like my whole family is here for the most part, and my friends and everything that I know is here. So it's always going to be special, but I think I hate the weather. Yeah. If I'm going to be 100% honest, people always say, like, how are you from Seattle and hate the rain? But, like, I despise the rain. So, anything to get out of the rain. So, I hate the weather. I hate the I-5 traffic, but not like LA's any better. Yeah. But, I don't know. It's just like it's so gloomy. That's honestly the main reason why I don't like it here. Like, if it was sunny here, like how it is in LA, like year round, I really wouldn't mind it, to be honest. Like, I wouldn't mind living here. It's just, I feel like when it's so gloomy, I have like no motivation to do anything. I'm like, oh god. But no, I mean, I like Seattle though.
Right.
I'm always gonna want to come back.
Yes. How do you go about making an influence in Seattle? Like, you make an influence on Instagram and all that, but like, I still honestly, I have no idea what that event is that we're invited to. Like,
oh, you're going to that too?
I
don't know what it is either.
I have no idea what to expect.
I'm just told that I get 4 tickets, and I'm supposed to be at a section, but it's not my own section, and then...
Oh, how do you get tickets?
I don't know. This guy that was emailing me about it, I asked, I was like, because obviously he was like expecting me to go. I'm on a flyer for it, but like he was like, I had emailed because I had told my like lash lady about it, and she was like, oh, I'll come with you. So I was trying to figure out like how many people I could bring, and then he was like, oh, I'll make sure you have 4 tickets, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I asked about a section, and he was like, I'll get you put at one, but like it won't be your own section. So
wait, so it's not like a connecting event? I have no idea what to expect.
I don't know either, and it's like supposed to be a music show, so is it like different artists performing, or is it like, what is it? Like, is it a club appearance? Like, what is it?
Like, do these people have credibility also? Like, I have no idea who these people are.
So when they first reached out to me, I was like, who is this? Like, because normally I wouldn't even respond to people like that, because I'm like, I don't, like, what's the point, right? And but he was asking me about photographers, and I told him about my friend Yanni, and then he ended up not using Yanni, so I was like, it's annoying. But anyway, he was just basically saying like, oh, look, we're trying to do like a music show in Seattle, and then he told me where they were trying to do it, like at Baltic Room, and I was like, I knew what that was, so I was like, oh, okay, like this sounds kind of like normal, like credible, whatever. But then once I saw the actual flyer, though, with, like, all the people on it, I, like, know who those people are. So I'm like, okay, those are, like, the big Seattle, like, kind of, like, nightlife people.
Too. Like, are these people... Is this guy throwing the event from Seattle?
No, it's, like, this music show that goes around to different cities.
What?
So, like, yeah.
That's so weird. That's interesting.
The route to clout.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, because, like, they were saying, like, when I first got the email, they were like, oh, yeah, we just go, to different cities and, like, showcase, like, the music in each city. So like Seattle and like Seattle artists, and but then I'm like,
that's so interesting.
I don't know. It's really, it is really interesting. But like, that's why I have no idea what to expect. Like, am I expecting to see performances, or like, is this like a?
I'll definitely say hi to you though.
Oh yeah, for sure. But and then the next night is like at stage or something. I'm supposed to be doing like 3 photo shoots at stage, and I'm like so scared about that. I don't really want to do it.
Is it all free and everything? Like, how does this, like, and what if someone wants to go to the event that's not on the flyer? Do you pay for, like...
Well, see, that's why I emailed him. Did you have contact with the guy or whatever?
Who was the guy who you emailed?
I don't know his name, but, like, it was, like, the Route to Clout.
Route to Clout.
Is, like, the actual Instagram account, and then I think if you just DM that, you'll get a response about it.
Another guy from the company has been DMing me a little bit, but they haven't followed up with me at all. So like,
show me, who is it? I'll see.
Let me see. I think it might. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about it either. I'm probably just gonna pop in and like say hi, and I don't even know who I'm saying hi to, but like pop in and then pop out.
I can't even find it now. I'll show you afterwards if I can find it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I don't know. I think it could be a good event, or maybe they're abducting all the cool people from Seattle and then making it bland again. Maybe that's the thing.
I have no idea what to expect, to be honest. I'm like, that's why like I've literally only told my lash lady about it because I was like, you can come if you want, but like I don't know if it's gonna be fun. Like
yeah, I can't even come until like halfway through anyway. So.
Oh well, see.
We'll see.
I don't even know what time it starts.
Well, hopefully it's something cool. But who knows?
I don't know. I need to get an outfit.
Well, what is some advice that you have for people who want to continue to grow their Instagram or even just start their Instagram right now?
I think you really have to take pride in what you post, and like, especially if you have a passion like beauty, or like if you want to do a YouTube channel, like, you know, starting that in the beginning, like while you're growing your Instagram, is like super important, because then your followers that you grow on Instagram or your subscribers on YouTube, like you'll kind of like see them on both, you know, you'll grow together, those accounts. But even if you don't, like me, I'm just someone that likes to take pictures and post them. I think it's really just taking pride in your work at the end of the day. Like take good photos is like what I keep trying to explain to people. Like, you know, like you can't just post like a shitty quality photo and expect it to like go viral, you know. Right. Like you really need to like take pride in it, and you know, even work with photographers that, you know, they might help you, like, you know, they help you like get a vibe for your Instagram too, you know. Like right. I feel like it really helps when you do have photographers, even though I didn't when I started out. But I don't know, and be consistent. Mm-hmm. That's another thing. Like, be consistent and take pride in your work, and really, like, it's not going to happen overnight. At least it doesn't for most people. So, right. You know, just stay at it.
And how do you get sponsors? Do they usually reach out to you, or do you ever reach out to sponsors?
Both. Like, I think, you know, a lot of the times I'll reach out, or I'll find, like I said, I'll look at my other influencer girls that I follow and see who they're working with, and then I'll go to their page and DM, and they'll tell me to send an email to this account or whatever. And that's like a lot of the times you can get deals just by you reaching out too. Mm-hmm. But like, I think as you grow your followers, people will reach out to you. It just happens. Like, right. You know, sometimes people are luckier, but you know, that's just how it works.
Right. What is some advice they have for up and coming Seattle artists, creators, influencers?
I think, especially being in Seattle, you really gotta, like, meet people, and, like, even though I'm such a homebody, like, it really does help to get out there and, like, meet people in Seattle, because the more you have those connections, the more, like, you will have, like, you'll be more known in your own city, you know, which is something that I'm working at myself. I feel like most of my, like, on your insights, you can see, like, where most of your followers are from, and, like, mine's, like, mainly LA, so, right. You know, or, like, New York, or the Middle East, actually, I don't know, or Mexico, but like, mainly like just getting out and meeting people in your own city is gonna help, regardless of what you do, whether it's music or, you know, influencing or whatever it is. Just get out in your city.
What are some final words for Seattle? Anything you want to promote? Shout out to all my sponsors.
No, no, I'm just, you know, I'm lucky to be here, and I really appreciate you having me on your podcast. Thank you. This is exciting. It's my first interview.
Hey, that's awesome. I'm all about connecting everyone from every aspect of Seattle, you know? Yeah,
and I think when I got your email, I was like, oh my God. I was like, Mom, I get to do an interview. And she was like, interview you about what? And I was like, oh, Mom, okay, fine. But no, I'm just super thankful. So thank you again.
Yes. Well, this is DJ Blake and
Breanne Wright.
There we go.
DJ Blake.